For the last part of body prep, we're going to work on assisted inversions. Now, assisted inversions today will include the down dog, the foot elevated down dog using the wall for assistance, and then finally the wall facing handstand. So the emphasis here is going to be on scapular position, on shoulder position, and achieving this fully open shoulder to translate the force through the skeleton for a nice, efficient, aligned position. For the lower body and for the midsection, that alignment focus is going to be the priority. So we're not squeezing anything super hard. We're not looking for a lot of effort. We're actually looking for ease. Ease coming from the skeleton, supported by the muscles in a balanced way. We'll begin with the downward dog. So set up with your hands directly under your shoulders, using the same cues we've applied in each of these movements. So flattening the index finger knuckle, fanning the fingers slightly, spreading the fingers out. From here, you'll be in a plank. Move back from the plank by lifting the hips and pressing long from the hands all the way to the pelvis. Pressing away, elevating the scapulae just like you will in your handstand, and feeling that alignment point where you're not sagging, you haven't gone beyond 180, and you're not short. You're not still in this closed shoulder position. Find that middle point. Spend some time here, familiarize yourself, and this is step one. Now for step two, we're going to do a very similar thing, except we're going to begin to put pressure on the wall and climb the feet upwards. So, set up again in a plank, but this time you'll start with your feet touching the wall. So I'm in a tabletop, walk my hands forward slightly, press to plank, and then I step one leg up through to downward dog with my feet above me. Again, not a closed shoulder, not a saggy downward dog, but something aligned and long right in the middle. Now, if this doesn't feel quite right for you, or it feels like a little bit of a jump, you can go closer to the wall, walk the hands in closer, find your open shoulder position, and take a smaller step so that your legs are still bent. So we're almost in a supported downward dog tuck. Again, pressing long through the shoulders, wrapping the shoulder blades under, and looking between the hands through the brow. Rule of thirds with the head, and we hold. When you're ready, step down, give yourself a pat on the back. Phase three is taking it to a chest-facing wall handstand. Now I say chest-facing wall, not chest to wall, because there can be a misconception that your chest actually has to touch the wall. In actual fact, we only want the toes touching the wall and perhaps the nose, okay? This is how we practice the body line effectively, drawing in the ribs, opening through the shoulders, squeezing the bum. So we're going to practice this now from step two, the wall-assisted downward dog, working our way upwards. Setting up to open the shoulders, beginning to straighten the legs, and I'll point my toes using the tops of the foot and press through the ground, looking through the brow to the point between my hands, between those index finger knuckles, and looking for that light, buoyant midpoint as I lengthen my body. And from here, to take it further, what we'll do is walk in even closer to a point where the hands are about 1 foot from the wall, and apply the same thing. Hips almost move slightly towards the wall as the shoulders press away. Rule of thirds with the head, looking directly between the fingers. And we'll hold for time, get nice and comfortable. Grounding through the index finger knuckle especially, and then walk down. You can come back through downward dog. It's probably the most secure way. And you've done it. That's a chest to wall handstand. So as we get closer towards the wall with the hands, the demands on the shoulders to open gets a little bit greater. It requires more active strength to flex the shoulders because we can't lean in with the line of gravity quite so much. You'll get to a certain point when the hands are really close to the wall where it's almost unrealistically hard. To learn at this stage, we don't really have to get the hands too close. Something like 4 inches, 6 inches from the heel of the palm to the wall is as close as you would ever need to go to build the strength for the kind of 30-second handstand we're after. For each of these movements, you're going to want to do 1 to 2 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. Building up this time means that when you do come to attempt a longer hold handstand, you've got at least double in the bank. So if you're aiming for 30 seconds, doing multiple sets of 60-second holds like this will be an accurate kind of benchmark for you to hit.